Want to edit your YouTube videos 100 times faster without losing quality? Whether you're a beginner or you're more tech savvy, AI can now do work that used to take hours in just seconds. And by the way, 100 times faster was not just some hypey number that I made up. Video projects that could easily take 30 hours, which would be 1,800 minutes, could now be done in 18 minutes, depending on what your project is. Even if it was just 10 times faster, a 3-hour project becomes an 18-minute project, and sometimes even less. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how step-by-step using a tool that is just crazy powerful. Plus at the end, I'm gonna show you a feature that a lot of people don't know about yet, where you can actually take your YouTube video and turn it into a blog post and all kinds of other content in just seconds. The tool we're using today is called Descript, and even if you've seen Descript before, it's worth taking a look at again today because they are always adding new amazing features that I love discovering and sharing with you. To start out, we're gonna go to this upper right corner here and click New Project, choose a video project. By the way, I'm gonna go at a pace that feels comfortable for me, but if I go too fast or too slow, feel free to speed it up, pause, rewind to make sure you can follow along. And the first step is, of course, to get our video footage inside the program. So whether it's on your phone or your camera card, just get it to your computer, and then you can literally just drag and drop it into the interface, and it will start uploading and creating a transcript of everything that you said in your video. Now, I wanna show you another way as well. You can come over here to Project, and then you can click this plus sign, and then you've actually got options to upload files from your computer, import from Zoom, or even import directly from YouTube. Now, quick heads up, I've been paying for and using Descript in my business for 3 years now to edit my videos insanely fast, but they did actually sponsor today's video. They asked me to share my real YouTube workflow, so that's exactly what you're about to see. So to save even more time, I skip the big clunky camera with the memory card, or even recording on my phone, and I just record using my webcam directly into Descript, because then there's no files to transfer, because when you're done recording, they're already there. I click on record. I can choose camera only. I can choose camera and screen. I can choose audio only, or you can even do record with others, which means it actually can record you and a co-host or a guest. Even if they're in another location, it will record both sides at high quality, save it to the cloud, and sync it together for you. So for a tutorial like this, I would choose screen. You can choose which screen you're gonna record from or a specific app. And then there's a toggle down here for if you want to record your computer's audio. I generally don't for most things, so let's turn that off. And then click share. And now if you can see me down here in the corner, it's recording both my screen and my camera as 2 separate video files. And as soon as you're done recording, you can see here's my screen recording, here is my camera recording, and they're both already inserted into the timeline. Here's my camera, here is my screen. We can rearrange these as we want in a second. And it's generated a full transcript of everything. Now that's just the beginning. The next step, we are going to clean up this video in a way that we could physically not do a few years ago. Like, it wasn't even impossible. So as I look at this video is almost 26 minutes long. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up here to this Underlord button, and we come in here and we're gonna choose a feature called Shorten Word Gaps, and it identifies all of the pauses in this video. You can customize it up here, but I'm taking everything that's 1.1 seconds or longer and shortening it to 1 second. Basically, I'm looking to remove all of the pauses and things like that as we went along. So I go ahead and I hit shorten all. And in literally less than 1 second, it shortened 72 word gaps. And that 26-minute video is now already down under 10 minutes. Another way I like to use that feature is sometimes I teach live webinars, and they're more casual, a little slower paced, right? But on YouTube, I like to have things nice and tight. So I'll import a webinar that I did into Descript, do that shorten word gaps, and it just tightens everything up almost perfectly for YouTube. But it gets even better. Next, we're gonna go back to Underlord. We're going to go down to remove retakes and hit submit. And what that's doing is it is actually going through and removing all of the times that I messed up my lines, and instead just giving me the best take, or usually the final take of each line. So over here on the right, it now shows me everything that I have cut out. You'll definitely want to test this a couple of times for your own voice and your own delivery style. But I just come down here and I just say remove ignored text from script. If you're worried it didn't get it right, you can copy the edits to a new composition so that it still preserves this original one. But I actually have done this so many times and it works well. I just come down and say remove ignored text from script. You can see over here on the left, the stuff it took out is now crossed out. So I click that button, again, less than 1 second, and now we've gone from about 10 minutes down to under 8 minutes. Now I went a little slower so I could show you how that works, but I literally went from 26 minutes of footage down to less than 8 minutes of footage in about 5 seconds. Now, one more feature I want to show you if you're doing a longer project. I really like this feature. I come over here and I click on Add Chapters, again, under Underlord. And if you know your video has a certain number of sections, doing a list of 5 ways to XYZ, you can actually put a specific number in here. Otherwise, you can leave it on auto and hit submit. That one took about 2.5 seconds. And you'll see now that it has gone through and itemized exactly what each section of the video is about. The video I'm using for this demo is actually a video I'm making about how I'm getting ChatGPT to recommend my YouTube videos in their results. So you can see those chapters, and if you like them, you can go through and you can say add to script, and it doesn't change anything in the video. It just breaks it down into pieces, which makes it a little bit easier to see as you are trying to edit. So now that our rough cut has been cleaned up really, really fast, how do you make it look professional with zero editing stress? Let's talk about the visuals here in just a second. But real quick, by the way, if you want to follow along or try this out yourself, Descript agreed to let our viewers of this channel try out the fully paid version of Descript for free for 30 days. Just use the special link in the description or on the screen right now. They don't actually offer this publicly on their site, so definitely grab it and create an account if you want to test drive everything that I'm about to show you. Now, of course, Descript is the tool that originated transcript-based editing, and this is where you can go through and you can actually just highlight any chunk of your transcript and hit delete, and the video file will be edited to match exactly what you did in the transcript. Now, there's 2 ways you can do this next step. One is literally just to go through and read the transcript. Remove retakes is really, really good, but it doesn't necessarily get every single thing. And just delete everything that you know you don't want. Or maybe there was a whole section you recorded, and sometimes I do that and I go off on a tangent and I'm like, okay, well, let's find that because we're not going to include that section at all. And you just do that, hit delete, and it's gone. But the other way to do this is to come down here and click Show Timeline, and now you've got an actual waveform of everything that's up above, and you can go through and actually listen to it as you play it back. So I would hit play, and you can see the cursor moving along up top as well as down below. And again, if there's something extra, you can just delete the text. Or down here, if you want to, they've got full timeline control where you can zoom in and out. You can drag the edge of any of these sections. Or if you wanted to tighten something up, you could come in here. I like to sometimes come in and I just click my cursor there. I hit S, which splits it, and then I can just drag it to tighten it up like that. So AI did those first couple of passes, but now with transcript-based editing, or you can go to the timeline if you prefer, you can still go through and edit it so that you get it have exactly what you want in the video super, super fast in a way that we didn't used to be able to do. Oh, and let me show you one more trick. When you are playing it back, there are speed controls, so you can come in here and you can play it back at 1.5 or 2x, which again lets you get through the footage faster since you're just making sure that the script comes out exactly the way that you want it. All right, now we're gonna start making things look really professional. Like your friends will be like, wait, you edited this? I didn't know you had these skills. And we're gonna use what Descript calls scenes, layouts, and something I absolutely love, smart transitions. So how does this look? First, as of right now, our entire video is just one big scene. That's why there's only one block over here. Some people, when they go through and they do that last edit, they like to go through and add scenes as they go. So at any point, if you want to cut something into a new scene, you go anywhere in your script and you just put in a slash just on the keyboard, and it automatically creates a new scene that you'll be able to apply things to. So you can see now we have 4 different scenes over here. So let me give you some examples of where you might want to make a scene. So this video starts off me talking about, okay, this is weird. In the last 90 days, over 1,000 people have watched one of my YouTube videos because ChatGPT told them to. So I'm going to just go ahead and put a slash at the beginning of that line, right? It's kind of a weird, mysterious line. And then I'm going to click on it and I'm going to go in here to scene, choose layout, and then this one is called zoom. I'm going to click 5 more so you can see all of them. And I'm just going to choose this option, zoom. Okay, so you can see it punched in on the camera, just zoomed in a little bit. So now when I play this back, we're gonna see it start with the original shot, full wide camera, and then it zoomed in, as I said, the ominous line. Then it zoomed back out at the end. So what happened is we applied one of these layouts, kind of like a template, to the video, lovely frozen face that I have there, and it not only applied it to that scene, but then it added what it calls smart transitions over here to automatically switch it from when I was zoomed out to where I was zoomed in to where I was zoomed back out again. So once upon a time, this is something we would have to do all kinds of dragging and dropping and adjusting and playing it back to make sure it was right over and over and over again. And now AI does it for us. Huge. And of course, if you want, you can still come in here and do other types of transitions if you don't want to use the smart transition. But I found that the smart transition is making it look as good as it could possibly look anyway. Let's look at some more of these layouts because this is just the beginning. So now here I'm talking about how I discovered ChatGPT was recommending my videos. So let's go ahead and put a slash in to start a scene there. And it says, this all started when I was looking at the analytics of one of my videos to see where the traffic was coming from. I'm gonna add another slash just to give us a working space. So it all started when I was looking at the analytics of one of my videos. And then right there after analytics, I turn my head to look at the actual analytics. So I'm gonna put a slash right there. So this first part, this is still full camera, which I'll show you another way to do this. You can also come into scenes and then just click the main camera one and it'll automatically do it. And then when I get to the point where I start looking at my analytics, I want it to look a little bit different. So let's try a scene that shows both my screen and my camera at the same time. So here under screen, I click 5 more. And you can see all of these different options of what it might look like. So since I am looking to the right on my screen, let's choose this one. I'm gonna just click it again, 1 click. And now just like that, remember we started with me talking full screen and then it animates it and cuts to me looking at my analytics. And then here at the end of this scene, it automatically animates me back to be talking full screen. Now, maybe you don't have a screen recording, so let me show you one way that you can use these layouts that's really cool. And it's me on camera talking about what ChatGPT says it uses to rank YouTube videos in its recommendations. So I start off on camera. Now, when I actually list them out, let's click on that scene there in the transcript. Now I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna scroll down to the layouts under list and I'm gonna click 5 more. And these are all different ways that you can sort of list things on the screen. And I think the best use for me on this one is going to be right here. So I click on that. Now it applies it, and then I can just come in and change the text. And so now when we play this back, you'll see me talking about the topic, then it animates over and shows exactly what I'm saying. And then when I'm done, it goes back to me full screen. And by the way, if you don't like the look of any of the layouts, you can still come in and customize all of these. So if I go back to there and I say, I want the background to actually be bright yellow, then that's just a click away as well. Now, I don't like yellow, so let's go ahead and switch that back. Here's another cool way you can use layouts. Right here, I'm talking about a video from my YouTube channel. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna choose this one called Media. Let's click more. And these are all layouts where you can bring in an additional piece of media, an image or a video with what you already have on the screen. So I'm gonna choose this one here where it's got me and my camera on the right, and then I can add something on the left. So now you can see it's put me over there on the right, and then I can add whatever I want to add here. So I go to add media, and there's all these different places you can add media from, including recording new media right here in Descript, or from YouTube. So I can paste in that link, click add file. Once it's there, we play it back, and it's actually imported that video clip from YouTube. So these layouts are really, really powerful. Now, what about B-roll? Before Descript, I never used B-roll because I felt like it was too much work. Now I do, because look. So right here it says, basically it's saying that if somebody likes videos, so let's go ahead and make that a scene of its own. So I've got that line right there. Then I come over here to the stock tab, and I'm just gonna type in watching videos. And you get access to all of these video clips in Descript. And all you have to do is drag it on top of the scene. So when we play this back, it's me and the screen recording. Then it goes and rolls that B-roll right on top. And then at the end of that, cuts right back to my video. And by the way, this stock tab, in addition to video, also has tons of audio that you can choose from. And so you can just type in whatever your description is, and it will give you sound effects and music that you can easily add into your video project. Now, maybe you want to add more on-screen text. You can go in here to Elements on the right, and you've got different sizes here. Again, all you do is click to add it, and you can drag these numbers to change the size, color, font, everything else that you could want. They've got shapes, animations, lots more here that, again, all you have to do is drag and drop onto the screen. Now, as if those layouts weren't powerful enough, you can now customize them for yourself. We mentioned this earlier in the video. So I can actually come in and let's say we'll take this scene here. It's just me on camera, and it's gonna show the most recent layout pack that you used, but you can come down here to change layout pack. And then there's a bunch more from Descript, but then you can also make your own custom layout packs. And I've got different ones that I've created here. So I'm going to click on this one, bullet points staggered. And if we play this back, you will see that my video goes from being centered to moving over to the side, and then I have this bullet point list on the side that's all animated. Looks really nice. I just double click into these and change these to say whatever I need them to say. Yeah, never mind, not gonna get that right in this video. But even cooler than that, how many times have I said that in this video? Let's say I have part of this video and I know I wanna turn it into, let's say, a YouTube short or an Instagram reel. Well, I'm gonna highlight the part that I wanna make into another video. Then I'm gonna click this duplicate to a new composition. Okay, so it basically copies it to a new sort of project within the project. I go in here, again, go into my layout pack, and I choose one I've pre-made, and look, you can see it has cropped the video. It has also put the captions on the screen right where I want them so they don't get cut off on the different short form video formats. Now, I want to show you some AI magic that will help you during the YouTube upload process, but you should see this. When we come up and click this export button, we can actually choose Descript web link as our destination. In just a few seconds, it actually publishes your video to a special website. This is all part of Descript. And I click copy link here, and it'll generate this website, private or public, where your team, if you collaborate with other people, can come in, highlight a chunk and say, please take this out, or shorten that part, or anything like that. So it's really powerful for collaboration if you're working with other people. Now, one more thing you have to see, you don't have to write your YouTube descriptions anymore. You don't have to generate chapters and timestamps, and you can even quickly turn your YouTube videos into blog posts if you want to use that content in other places. Wait till you see how much time this can save you. But don't forget real quick, if you want to try out these awesome features in Descript for free, check out the special link in the description of this video. It gives you a special 30-day free trial of Descript's full paid version, which you can't get on their website, by the way. So use the QR code on the screen right now to set up your free account, or the special link in the description, and get going today. So we've got our final video ready to go. We can come up here, click export, and we can download a copy if we want by doing a local export, or we can actually export straight to YouTube, which is another big time saver. You just connect your channel, it'll show up on YouTube as a private video. Go in, add your thumbnail, change anything else that you want in the description, and then you can schedule it to go out when you want. But I want to go back up to these Underlord features, and I'm going to scroll down here, and they actually have one for draft YouTube description. So I'm going to click on that. You can actually go in and give it examples if you want it to match your writing tone, or you can give it custom instructions for how you want it to go. But even if you just do the generic, let's hit submit and see what happens, takes a few seconds, but it's actually going to write a great YouTube description for you. As you can see here, it's got a title there at the top. You can use it or not use it. Then down below, it talks through exactly kind of what you're going to talk about, followed by chapters pre-built with timestamps. By the way, in that other video that we were editing in this video, ChatGPT said it is more likely to recommend a video if it has chapters and timestamps. So in this case, done for you. All you have to do is come down here, hit copy, and then it's ready to go into your YouTube description. And then back to Underlord, there's all these other AI tools, but I like the draft a blog post one. Again, you can add a writing sample so it matches your tone as well as custom instructions, but let's just hit submit. And as you can see here, it's written a blog post with headings. And at no point in here, every time I've tested this, does it say, in this video, because it knows, it's smart enough to know that it's now a blog post. Now, as I skim this, this is not in my voice. So when I actually use this for blogs, I will actually put a sample in there so it knows how to write more the way that I write, or more the way that I speak, because I tend to write my blog posts the same way that I speak. So that's how we do it. And if you picked up a tip, I would love to know which one stood out to you. Let me know down in the comments, and use that special link to try out Descript for free today. And by the way, this whole video, absolutely edited 100% in Descript. All right. Thanks for watching Done by Lunch Entrepreneurs. We'll see you in the next one.